Hello friends, and welcome again to our Windows 7 Beginner to Advanced video training series. Today, we are going to learn about word processing. Word processing is a most common application, from all other applications, that we use on our computers. To perform word processing, you need software, which is called the word processor. A word processor enables you to create new documents, edit your saved documents, apply special formatting and then print them on printer. Chapter 2, Lesson 1, The WordPad, Part 1. There is thousands of word processing software, which are available in market and internet. Some of them are free, and some highly advanced word processor, like Microsoft Word, is paid one. But there are some inbuilt word processors, which get pre-installed with the Windows 7. Two of them are Notepad and WordPad. You can watch full overview of Notepad in one of our previous video. Today, I am going to give you a complete overview of another pre-installed word processor of Windows, called the WordPad. WordPad is different than Notepad, because there are a lot of commands in WordPad, which you can use to make your document more attractive. You have a lot of formatting options like tabs, indents, page layouts, font styles and size, bullets to use. Even you can insert pictures in your documents and objects from other programs. Many people are not aware that they can accomplish the basic word processing tasks in WordPad, and they can make attractive documents quickly and easily, without buying any paid word processing software. Secondly, after thoroughly learning WordPad, you will have a good knowledge and understanding of formatting and designing documents. Further, the commands that you will learn in WordPad will also be useful in other applications. So, let's get started with our complete overview of WordPad. Before we begin with our lesson, it will be a good idea that you take a paper and pen to note down some important information, which I will provide you through this video, like shortcut keys, page layout, and some default application settings. To start WordPad, click on Start menu, then click All Programs, point to Accessories, and then click WordPad. You can also find and open any application, just by typing their name in search box, available in Start menu. Just click Start menu, and type the application name. Windows will immediately filter the records, according to your search string. Now, we are in WordPad. Let's first get familiar with its layout and design. The bar on the very top of the screen is called Title Bar, and the first button in the title bar is the WordPad icon. Every program has its own title bar with the similar program icon. Like, I open Notepad, and you can see the Notepad icon in the title bar. This icon is clickable, and will come up with some commands. You can restore, maximize, minimize, move, resize, and close the window from this button as well. Do note that Restore command is unavailable, because your Notepad window is already restored. Whereas, if I click the same button in WordPad, then you can see that Move, Size, Maximize commands are unavailable. Maximize is unavailable, because your WordPad window is already maximized, but while Move and Size are unavailable. This is because a maximized window cannot be moved or resized. You must restore the window before you can move or resize your window through these buttons. However, you can use arrow snap to quickly move or resize your windows, as I had described in my previous video. The next four icons have been separated by straight lines, and then you have the document and application name. The four separated icons are in a toolbar, which is called the Quick Access toolbar, and there is a drop-down arrow along with it. If you click it, you are presented with more commands. We will discuss in detail about the Quick Access toolbar later. Then you have the WordPad menu. In older version of Windows, like in Windows XP, we called it the File menu. Then you have the Home tab, which consists of all the basic and formatting commands. Then you have the View menu, through which you can zoom in or out, turn on or off the ruler and status bar, and can change the word wrap and measurement settings. Now, Let's quickly get started with our first lesson. The first step is to type everything in your document, and later, we will format our document to make it more attractive. So, here I am going to type our first exercise. Stay tuned with me till I finish typing my document. After finishing typing a line, just press Enter key for move to next line. It is a good idea to make corrections of spelling mistakes instantly by pressing backspace. If you are not much familiar with keyboard, then the best way of typing is to remember at least 1 or 2 words, and then type them from keyboard. Here, I am using the Tab key to make an accurate spacing between words, which are in the same line. Instead of pressing space key many times, always use Tab key when you need to make some extra space between words. See the alignment of these lines. Spacing between these 3 lines are totally accurate because of Tab key. If you use space to make extra spacing, then you always feel that lines are a little bit distorted, no matter how hard you try to make them align. Now, we have finished typing our document. Let's see what we should do next. Our next and most important step should be saving our document. To save your document, click on the WordPad menu, and then click on Save command. Save as dialog box will appear, and will ask you to type a file name. Do note down that, always use meaningful names for your documents, so in future, you can recall the contents of the file just by reading the file name. Before you click the Save button, after typing a name for your file, do note down the location where your file is getting saved. The default location for your documents is My Documents. Click the Save button to finally save your document. Look at the title bar, and you can see that our file name is appearing here, where it was displaying a default name for new file, which was document. So, what next? We mostly work in word processors applications to take a printout of our work. Let's see how my document will look like after taking the printout. In WordPad, you can see the preview of your document before you actually print it. This command is called Print Preview. To see the preview of your document, click on WordPad menu. You can see an arrow next to the Save As and Print command. This arrow indicates that there are some more subcommands available. So, don't click on the Print command, just move your mouse pointer over it, and you will be presented with more command. Click on Print Preview. Here you see a full view of your document, and how it will look like on a full page after taking the printout. Preview gives you an idea that what you need to correct in your document, and how it will look like on paper. So, it is a good idea to see the preview before you actually take the printout. This will save the both papers and environment. You also see the page number at the bottom center of the page. You can click inside the preview to zoom in or out. Clicking the Close Print Preview button will take you back to your original document. The next thing we are going to configure is page setup. You will not believe that, even after making a perfect document and checking the preview, people still sometimes get an overprinted or distorted printouts. This is because of their page settings. You should always check your paper settings before you give the print command. You should be aware that, what paper size you are using in WordPad, and what is the size of the paper in your printer, on which you are going to take the printout. If both paper sizes mismatch, then you can get an overlap or underlap printouts. To check or change the paper size, click on the WordPad menu, and then click Page Setup. Page Setup dialog box will appear, and here you can change many settings. But for now, we will only check the paper size. Do note down that the default paper size is letter, and the measurement of this paper is 8.5 inches in width and 11 inches in height. This is the first most common paper size used internationally. The second one is A4. This is 8.27 inches in width and 11.69 inches in height. If you are going to use A4 as your paper size, then you must have the same size paper in your printer. For instance, you are going to use legal paper size for your current document, and that is 8.5 inches in width and 14 inches in height. Whereas, you have A4 or letter size paper in the printer, then after printing the document, you will never get the same results that you are seeing in print preview. So, I am choosing A4 as the size for my document, because I have the same size paper in my printer. You can also configure the paper size while you are in print preview window. Just click the Page Setup button from the print preview toolbar. After configuring the page settings, the next thing we will do is to format our document with a great style and look, so it looks nice on the paper. Now, we will use many formatting commands available in Home tab. The first thing I want to do is to move the first 2 lines 1.5 inch further. However, you can place the cursor in front of the line, and then press Tab key to extend the spacing. But this is not the right way. See, first I have to place my cursor in front of both lines, then I have to press Tab key 3 times for each line, to place them under 1.5 inch. What if you have 10 lines, for which you want to extend space, and what if you later decide to reduce the space to 1 inch? Then you again have to place the cursor in front of them, and use backspace to remove the additional tabs. This will be a lot of time consuming. Instead of that, just select both the lines. Hold down the left mouse click in front of one line, and move your mouse to select the text. If you didn't get the entire text in one time, do not struggle. Otherwise, you will accidentally move your text. If that happens, then you can undo your changes, just by clicking the Undo button from the Quick Access toolbar. Whenever you have improper text selection, then just left-click on an empty area of your document, and start selecting again. After selecting the lines, the easiest way to extend the spacing is to use Indents command. You can see that you have Increase Indent and Decrease Indent button in paragraph section. Press the Increase Indent button, and WordPad will start increasing half-inch space on every click. If you feel that you overspaced the lines, then press Decrease Indent button to reduce the spacing half-inch with every click. So, using indents is an easiest way to increase spacing, instead of pressing spaces and Tab key. The next thing I want to change is to apply some style to first 2 lines. So, I select the first line, and change its font size, by clicking on Font Size drop-down arrow. Do not make your lines oversize. Choose an appropriate size, which looks good. Then I want to make this line a little bit bolder. To do this, I click on Bold button once. Left-click on an empty area of your document to see the changes. For the second line, I want to make it bolder with some more style. So, I choose both bold and italic. It looks okay, but I want to remove bold from this line. So, I select the line, and click the bold button again to remove the bold effect. You can add and remove any effect by clicking the same buttons again. The main highlight of this invitation is Annual Company Picnic. So, I'm going to make it extra large. Here I am going to define the font size for Annual Company to 48 and for Picnic, a bit more larger, that is 72. Making the Picnic word darker, by applying bold. For the invitation date and timing, I want to align them on the right side of the page. Here, you need to concentrate on many facts that, if you want to change the alignment of a line to left, center, or right side of the page, then never use spaces, tabs, or indents. You can easily accomplish this by just selecting the lines, and then use alignment option from paragraph section. Here you have 4 choices, which are left, center, right and justify. As I want to align both the lines to the right side of the page, so I am pressing the Align Text Right button, and WordPad will exactly align your text to the right side of the page. The main advantage of using alignment options are that you can switch between alignments options anytime, like, if later I want to make the same lines in the center of the page, then pressing Center button will instantly make them center on the page, or if you choose left, then no problem as well. So, it is very easy to change the alignment modes. The another advantage is that, if I decide to change the font size while my text is on the right edge of the page, then WordPad will automatically adjust it for you. Actually, it is not just right alignment, it is right to left alignment, means your text is getting aligned from right side to left side. So, it does not matter, even you increase the size or decrease the size of fonts, WordPad will automatically adjust everything. Whereas, if you decide to align those lines through spaces, tabs, or indents, then the first thing you will notice that the alignments are not proper. Means, your text is still going from left to right side, not right to left side. That means, if later you decide to increase the size of fonts, and then see what will happen, WordPad move words to the next line, because they were not getting fit on the right side of the page. So, I am removing the tabs that I had inserted before, and using the right method to align the text to the right side of the page. I do not want to modify the rest of the matter, means the venue and the address will remain exact. Now, let's see the preview of our document. You can compare both the version of the documents, formatted and unformatted version. You can notice that the formatted version of our document is looking nicer, and covering almost entire the page, and the printout of this page will look good. Don't forget to save your changes. You must always remember that you have to save the document after an interval of time, like do save your documents with an interval of 5 minutes. So, you may not lose any unsaved changes. The next time, when you will save your document, WordPad will not ask you for a file name, because you are working in the same file, and the changes made by you will be saved instantly. This was our first exercise with some basic formatting and page setting commands. In next part of the same video, we will cover more options of the WordPad. Till then, thanks for watching and have a nice